If we're being completely honest with ourselves, the whole process of manifestation is entirely backward to everything that we feel we should be doing. We all want to do more and put more effort into making things change, as opposed to stepping back, trusting the inner world, and allowing things to change. We all think that if we don't get in our person's face, we're going to be forgotten. But in fact, trying to force our way into our person's face is actually the very thing that pushes them away more. And most importantly, we all think that the more attached and obsessed and constant thinking about it that we have going on, the better our manifestation process will be. But in actuality, in most cases, it's actually the opposite way. The more that you're willing to step back and let go, the more successful you will be. But of course, there are caveats to that element of letting go that I want to discuss in today's video, so you can finally let go with confidence and peace, knowing you're doing it right, as opposed to doing what most people think letting go is, and then absolutely panicking and tearing themselves apart. So letting go. If you let go, you will succeed. But what is letting go? Letting go in a manifestation sense is letting go of anything that aligns you with not having your desire. This means thoughts, attitudes, behaviors, beliefs, all of that kind of stuff. It does not mean letting go of the desire. I am not telling you to move on from Derek from the office. I am not telling you to move on from Susan the mail lady. I'm telling you to let go of what signifies that you are not with Derek from the office or Susan the mail lady. Manifestation is all about stepping into the awareness of being, doing, or having that which we desire to be, do, or have already, and allowing this 3D reality to conform to make it so. Therefore, if you had Derek from the office or Susan the mail lady right now, you would not be doubtful that it's going to work, fearful that it won't work, obsessed and attached because you're scared that if you don't do those things, it won't work, trying to get all up in front of their face to stop them from forgetting you, and all of those kind of things that I listed earlier, because you would already have it. She's yours or he's yours, therefore you'd have an inner calm and peace. You wouldn't need to fear that it's not going to work because it's already worked. You wouldn't need the anxiety that it's not going to work because it's already worked. You don't need to force yourself to get in front of their face in case they forget you, because, it's not quite common that people forget that they have a girlfriend or boyfriend or husband or wife until obviously way older and memory goes. But for the vast majority of us watching these videos, it's not a common practice that people forget they have a girlfriend or boyfriend. So when I say letting go, it will manifest, I don't mean throw your phone in the bin, delete their contacts, go start seeing somebody else, move country, and just forget that they exist. Because A, that's not what you want to do, because obviously you have attachment toward them. And B, that's not what it needs to be. It's not necessary to do that. Yes, if you do end up doing that, it can still manifest due to things I'll get onto in a second, but that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is essentially sever the ties to the version of you who doesn't have them. This means the thought about it not working out, or about how they're not yours, or things like that. The feelings of anxiety and fear because you're scared it's not going to work out, and because they're not yours currently. The actions that only stem from a position of not having them. Constant double, triple, quadruple texting. Checking when they were last online and then panicking that they haven't messaged you in over an hour. Freaking out because they're not sending you messages when you'd expect them to, and things like that. Sever the ties of the version of you who engages in that kind of way of thinking, feeling, and behaving. Because you, Derek from the office's girlfriend, or Susan the mail lady's boyfriend, you have them. So if you get left on red, You know they're just busy because they're head over heels in love with you and they'll message you at their earliest convenience. You have them so anxiety and fear don't exist. And if they do, then you need to work on yourself a little bit more, because if you're still scared that you're going to lose them, you don't value yourself high enough in this relationship. You wouldn't have thoughts about not getting them because they're there. So when I say let go, I mean take your foot off the accelerator when you're engaging in behaviors that only stem from not having them. That means stop checking how often they're online. Because how often do you actually do that when you're in a healthy relationship? I haven't seen Katie's WhatsApp profile separate to me opening a message from her in the past 2.5 years. Stop double, quadruple, triple texting. Let them get back to you. Go into your imagination, see the message you want them to get back to you, and allow it to happen. Stop panicking, stop fearing, stop trying to coerce, and instead sever the ties from that version of yourself. When you notice you're going down that route, bring yourself back. Imagine you're seeing yourself from a third-party perspective and go, is that me in the old self, or is that my new self? If it's your old self, bring yourself back. Bring that astral version of yourself back and give it the good old cartoon slap in the face. Because that's clinging on to a version of your experience that you no longer want. And if we get more of what we are, not what we want, if you're clinging to a version that isn't expressing what you desire to experience, you are just recreating those experiences. No amount of fear and anxiety will change the future in a way that you want it to be changed. It'll change the future, all right, but you won't like it. No amount of double, quadruple, quintuple texts will change the future in a way that you want. Again, it will change the future, but not in a way that you want it. So at the very, very least, don't engage in those behaviors to stop yourself experiencing more of what you don't want. Even if you're a little bit unsure that it will create what you do want, that's fine. But at least don't engage in those behaviors because you know, because you've seen enough videos at this point, that it will create what you don't want. How many success stories come from quintuple texting? Or constantly trying to get in their way, or speaking to their friends and family to speak on your behalf? The amount of success stories that genuinely come from that background is very minimal compared to the amount of success stories that come from trusting, sitting back and letting them come to you. So when I say let go, I do not mean let go of them. You want them, you have every right to focus on them. You have every right to get this manifestation come in. But I mean let go and sever the ties with the version of you that keeps engaging in behaviors that keeps them away. This means thinking from the perspective that they're not yours, feeling from the perspective that they're not yours, and worst of all, taking actions from the perspective that they're not yours. And the reason I say worst of all in the actions element, even though our thoughts are what create, is because A, your actions are a reflection of your thoughts. You're taking actions based on your perceptions. They're going to still your thoughts. It's just your thoughts pretty much in physical form. But B, when you act, if you don't get the right response, you then spiral. You then start to panic and make things worse for yourself. So not only is the awareness of the action not helping, the response you get from the 3D reality then makes your awareness even worse. So above all else, don't take the actions, and instead go to the other side. Sit back, stay calm, stay relaxed, because they're yours. Affirm they're yours. Visualize they're yours. Script they're yours. Do whatever it is that you enjoy doing. But get your thoughts, your feelings, and where it's necessary without pushing the 3D reality, your actions in alignment with them being yours, and trust in that. Anytime your mind starts to wander, grab it, pull it back, give it the cartoon slap, redirect it down the right path. You're about to take an action that you know won't benefit you, but you're doing it out of fear. Remind yourself, it's out of fear, so it's not going to go the way you want. Bring yourself back, give the cartoon slap, down the right path. Because this is a game of creating habitual ways of thinking. You cannot create a new habit if you keep engaging in the old one. If you keep trying to replace the old way of acting with a new way, but every time the old way of acting comes up, you dive right in, you're never going to go anywhere. Manifestation, while yes is a different kind of topic, is no different to anything else in terms of the procedure. If your friend, alcoholic, really struggling, but wants to make a change, came to you and said, I'm quitting drinking, you'd be so happy for them. But then if every single time someone says, hey, do you want to go for a drink? They immediately jumped on it. You'd be like, what are you doing? You said you were quitting. But yet we do the exact same thing when it comes to the opportunity to spiral, or to take an action that doesn't benefit us, or to panic, or to doubt, or to fear. And these things are natural. I'm not saying that you're wrong for doing it. I'm just saying you're wrong for allowing yourself to continue it. If you notice yourself fearing, but you grab it, slap yourself, and send yourself down the right path at a reasonably quick time frame, that's a win, because you've ended it in the right way. But the problem is we spend so long down the wrong path that by the time we pull ourselves back, it's almost pointless at that point. Spent 3 hours panicking because you didn't receive a birthday message, and I get it, it sucks. But does that benefit you? No. So have your little cry, have your little moment, but pull yourself back as soon as you can. Send yourself down the right path and let go of that old version. It doesn't serve you emotionally. It doesn't serve you from a manifestation sense. It's just keeping you locked in a past that you wish you could let go of. But the thing is you're the one holding that door closed. So let it go. Stop thinking that way. Stop feeling that way. Definitely stop taking them actions. If you notice yourself thinking, feeling, or acting in that way, bring yourself back as fast as you can and guide yourself down the way of trusting, faith, abundance, peace. It's done. Because your subconscious mind can do anything, but you need to give it the directive to do so. And to do that, you need to be engaging only in attitudes, behaviors, and mental states of already having your desire. Anything less is feeding the undesired story. But I really hope this video has helped. If it has, drop me a like and a comment to let me know. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and be sure to click that bell icon. And if you do need any one-to-one help and are genuinely serious about it, down below in the comment section and the description are the links to my services where I can help you with your situation. Check out my band's music, also linked in the description. Help us grow, and I'll see you lovely people in the next one. Bye-bye.